Hey guys, it's Shadowarty here, and I'm back with another 6th Gen Wi-Fi battle. Today I got a match for you against Thinker. This match was actually for my stream. Now I'm starting to stream a lot more now that it's summer, so if you guys want to join my stream, please follow me on Twitch, and that is going to be in the description, so please check that out. I actually have several matches with this team because all these matches were recorded on my stream, so I'm going to be streaming much more often, so follow me on Twitch. Also follow me on Twitter if you want to request a private match, and we can set one up if you want to battle. So looking at some threats on his team, he's got a Shuckle, which I'm kind of afraid of, because Shuckle does get the contrary ability, and it can shut up shell smashes and raise its defense and special defense instead of raising its attack and special attack. That can get really annoying and really tough to take down if he powers up to a way too high amount. He's also got a Espeon, which is unfortunately going to bounce my Stealth Rocks back on my side of the field due to Magic Bounce. He's also got a Zoroark, so I'm going to be seeing some imposters on his side of the field, so I definitely have to watch out for that. He's also got a Heracross, could be Choice Scarf, so it can outspeed most of my team. Besides my Flygon, I think that Flygon's base speed is actually higher than Heracross's. My Flygon is Choice Scarf, so I should be able to outspeed. So why don't we get started with this match? And as I said, I'm going to lead off my Flygon because I am Choice Scarfed. I can U-turn out if the situation is bad. And yeah, he's actually going to lead off with this Shuckle now. So obviously this isn't a good matchup for me. So I'm going to have to U-turn right out because he's probably going to set up hazards or something. I go for the U-turn and look at this. It turns out this is super effective, and that's actually a Zoroark and not a Shuckle. Nice play on his part, thinking that I probably wouldn't U-turn out, maybe try to attack him. He actually doesn't have the Focus Sash, which makes me think that he's probably Choice Scarf, but I think Flygon's base speed is faster, so that's probably why I outsped him. I decided to bring in my Venusaur now, as he's going to get the switch initiative. He's going to bring in Heracross. Really, it's his best play. He really has nothing else to go for. Like I said, Heracross is a pretty good counter to my Venusaur. I actually decided to do a stupid play. I actually decided to stay in thinking that he was Choice Scarf, but he shows me his Mega Evolution right away. And I think he's going to go for the Mega Horn. He doesn't miss, and I believe that's a one-hit KO. Very bad play on my part. I should have switched out. If he was Choice Scarf, I think I could have lived, but since it's a Mega Heracross, I am going to lose my Venusaur. I decided to bring in my Jellicent now. I'm a pretty good counter to this Heracross. I actually carry the Cursed Body instead of Water Absorb because I really didn't need the extra water weakness. I have a Venusaur on my team, which is immune to water, but it is dead, however. I do just go for the Scald. He brings in the Espeon with his Magic Bounce. I'm guessing he was predicting the Will-O-Wisp there, so it would bounce back to my side of the field. But I do make the smart play and just go for the Scald. He decides to go for the Calm Mind now. That's actually pretty scary because it does bring him at +1, and my only attacking move on my Aromatisse is the Moonblast. He goes to the Psychic now. That's going to do quite a bit of damage. He is at +1. I decided to just go for the Moonblast. I want to deal as much damage as possible. I can't hit this thing with a Toxic, unfortunately. I do get the special attack drop, though, so that's really nice because his Psychics are going to do a bit more damage, and I can just set up a Wish. And, yeah, and bring a little bit more HP back to my side of the field. He's just going to go power up another Calm Mind. He needs a special attack increase and the special defense increase. My Moonblast aren't really going to do a thing. I figured that he'd probably just go for another Calm Mind, so I just went for a Moonblast. Probably the better play there on my part was to just go for a Wish to recover more HP. But you know what are you going to do? As long as this Espeon doesn't have Recover, I should be fine. He does go for the Psychic once again, and as you can see, it does quite a bit of damage. And he gets the special defense drop. Kind of unfortunate though, but at this point, since I'm pretty much dead, I'm just going to go for the Moonblast and knock this Espeon out. And now with this Espeon gone, I'm pretty much free to set up rocks. He doesn't have a spinner on his team, so that's going to benefit me greatly. Now with this Espeon dead, he can bring in any switch initiative he wants. He decides to bring in the Rotom now. I'm guessing it could be Scarfed or maybe Specs. I don't know. Maybe it could even be a defensive Rotom. But since he takes me out, I'm going to assume that it's probably choiced in some way because it did a little bit more damage, so he's probably invested in more attacking EVs rather than defensive ones. He brings in the Shuckle now, and this thing is really annoying. I really have nothing for the Shuckle. I decided to just bring in my Gallade now. I do carry Drain Punch. I can potentially scare him out with the Drain Punch, so he actually is going to switch out and go into the Heracross. So I actually decide, I'm not sure, I don't remember if I predicted the switch. I just went for the Zen Headbutt. Yeah, so I think I did predict the switch. Zen Headbutt does a little bit more damage than the Drain Punch because I believe Drain Punch is quad resisted by the Heracross, so as you can see, the Zen Headbutt does quite a bit of damage. I go for the Shadow Sneak, thinking that I wouldn't be able to take him, thinking that he would outspeed me, and unfortunately, it lives like a slither of HP, and he's able to take me down. So I can bring in my Jealous and now scare out this potential Heracross. He's going to bring in the Gastrodon. Nice play on his part because he does have the Storm Drain. So if I go for the Scald, which I do, it does put him at +1. Not the best play on my part. My best play probably would just been go for the Will-O-Wisp. That definitely was the best play. I actually forgot that he had the Gastrodon, so that's a bit unfortunate. He brings, I decided to bring in my Bronzong now. He goes to the Muddy Water. It does quite a bit of damage, and it actually ends up being a crit. He does get an accuracy drop, so that's kind of unfortunate, but you know, what are you going to do? I decided to just go for my Stealth Rocks because I figure with my Rocks up, I can let this Heracross die. He actually goes to the Earthquake. I'm not sure. He probably didn't think that I had the Levitate ability. That I probably had Bronzong's other ability. But Levitate is the most useful ability on a Bronzong anyway. I actually didn't go for the Stealth Rocks. I'm sorry. I went for the Psychic instead just to see how much damage it would do. He does go for another Muddy Water. That's a bit unfortunate. I actually decided to put up screens just so he would do a little bit less damage. And I am a dual screen Bronzong, so that's going to be really nice for me. I figured he's just going to keep spamming Muddy Water until he dies or I die because he really has nothing to take down my Bronzong. With that light screen up, I can just keep dealing damage. And I go for the Psychic and I end up missing. That's what happens when I lose accuracy. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. That really sucks, but you know, what are you going to do? He's just going to keep spamming Muddy Water until he kills me. At this point, I figured I'd just keep spamming Psychics. I probably should have went for Stealth Rocks. I'm not sure why I didn't. I would just keep spamming Psychics. I guess I wanted this Gastrodon to lose HP, but Gastrodons do get Recover anyway, if I'm not mistaken. He's just going to go for one more Muddy Water. That should take me out. And yeah, it will. So now I have a free switch initiative to whatever I want. Unfortunately, I don't have Venusaur anymore, so I can't scare out this Gastrodon completely. Now I decide to go for the Outrage. It's my best play. It's going to deal the most damage, and that should be a dead Gastrodon as long as he's not invested in max defense, max HP. He shouldn't be able to take that, and I'm able to take him down in one hit. He decides to bring in the Heracross now, thinking that I'm probably not Choice Scarfed. But I am Choice Scarfed, and I'm just going to be able to go for the Outrage. I'm not sure if he left this thing in as Death Fodder, because either way, I'm not sure what Mega Heracross's base speed is. Actually, I think Mega Heracross's base speed is slower than the regular Heracross. I'm sure at this point he knew I was Choice Scarfed, so I think he was just leaving in as Heracross's Death Fodder. So now I get the two-turn confusion. Unfortunately, that's really unfortunate for me. I actually decided to stay in and just go for another Outrage, but unfortunately, of course, I hit myself in confusion. He goes to the Volt Switch now. That is actually tells me one huge thing. That tells me I think that he doesn't have the Will-O-Wisps. I think he might be choiced in some way. So that's going to be really nice for me because what happens now is now that I know that he doesn't have the Will-O-Wisp, that's going to be perfect for me because now I can take advantage of him being choiced and my Flygon will not have his attack be halved. So that's really nice. That outrage does quite a bit of damage on the Shuckle. I'm really, really happy with that. And as long as I don't hit myself in confusion, I should be able to take out the Shuckle. I do go for the Outrage, and that's going to do quite a bit of damage. And he lives like a sliver of HP. That's really, really unfortunate. So it all comes down to this. If I hit myself in confusion next turn, he's going to be able to go for a rest. And that's going to put me in a very, very bad position. As you can see, he did Shell Smash there and get his defenses up. These Shuckles tend to carry the Shell Smash. So that's going to be a bit scary. So I actually do end up snapping Confusion, and I can go for the Outrage. And I can take down the Shuckle. So the Shuckle is going to go down, and his final Pokemon is that Rotom, which is just going to keep spamming Hydro Pump, I believe, because I don't think he carries the Will-O-Wisp, unless he's one of those weird sets that do carry Will-O-Wisp and is choiced in some way. I do go for the Outrage. As you can see, it is not enough to kill. However, I am able to, he does land the Hydro Pump. I figured it might kill. He actually ends up getting a crit anyway. I didn't really care at this point because I can pretty much bring in whatever Pokemon I want to revenge kill it. I decided to bring in my my Jellicent now, knowing that he's locked into Hydro Pump, and I can pretty much just go for a Scald or a Hex or whatever I want to go for, and I can take down this Rotom Wash. So that is going to end up being the game. I believe that was a 2-0 victory in my favor, and yeah, that was a really fun match. That Shuckle is a threat, guys. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this match, leave me a like, a favorite, and a subscription, and I will catch you guys in the next one. This is Shadowardy signing out. Peace, guys.